Athletic Commission. This bout is brought to you by America Presents and Top Rank Incorporated, and on the line will be the NABF and vacant USBA titles, and the winner will become the mandatory IBF World Championship challenger. The three judges at ringside scoring this contest are Dana DiPaolo, Paul Silverman, and Peter Trematera. And when the bell rings, your referee in charge of the action, Rick Steigerwald. And now, from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, let's get this party started. 12 rounds of boxing. This is in the featherweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing black trimmed with red and white, and weighing in at 125½ pounds. His professional record, 20 victories in 21 bouts, including 10 knockouts with only 1 defeat. Training and fighting out of Big Bear, California, by way of hometown Brisbane, Australia, here is the reigning and defending NABF champion, Robbie the Bomber Heaton. And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the red corner, wearing black with gold letters. He weighs 125 pounds. In 39 professional bouts, he has 37 victories, including 29 knockouts and only 2 losses. Ladies and gentlemen, damas y caballeros, de Ciudad de Mexico, Juan Manuel Marquez.
The best punch Robbie Payton ever delivered as far as the sport is concerned.
Harold, don't talk yet. They're trading shots. And they're trading shots at a wildly entertaining rate.
Marquez trying to close the show as Payton, feeling desperate, comes to him.
All right, now they slow down for a second. Harold, how do you have it through 9?
Okay, Jim, 87-84, 6 rounds to 3, one Manuel Marquez. Jim, I want to tell you, Payton suckered him into a slugging match in the last 2 rounds. Marquez bleeding from the nose, looking busted up. I think Payton got the best of him, you know, in that inside slugging, like they're doing right now. But here's a made Payton close to, you know, maybe a little bit closer. So 6 rounds to 3, one Manuel Marquez. Interestingly enough, in that corner, you don't see them using any adrenaline in Marquez's nose. No Q-tips, no adrenaline.
You know, it's interesting in scoring a fight. Maybe Payton may not have won some of those rounds that you've given him, but what happens, you're starting to compare rounds. He does better in certain rounds than he's did in other rounds, so you're giving a round even though he really hasn't won that round.
This is how Felix Trinidad wound up with a victory over Oscar De La Hoya.
Yes.
In a fight in which he didn't win enough rounds to win the fight, but because judges gave him some rounds, looking for something better out of Trinidad, he ultimately wound up with a working margin.
That's right. In the last 3 rounds, he won when Oscar quit fighting.
That's right.
Not
looking for something better out of Trinidad, he ultimately wound up with a working margin.
That's right. In the last 3 rounds, he won when Oscar quit fighting.
That's right.
Not that he landed nothing, just the fact that Oscar quit fighting.
And here, Eden did indeed gull Marquez into fighting more cautiously in the 8th and 9th rounds. As Marquez seemed to feel, well, maybe I've got the fight won, and with this bloody nose, I won't risk much. In fighting, you got to keep risking.
You got to keep fighting. You can never ease up. A lot of great fights are lost because guys took a break the last round. Trinidad won the fight, and then they end up surprised at the decision. Pernell Whitaker in the fight with Oscar De La Hoya. I felt that Oscar won the fight, even though Pernell maybe didn't get hit that much, but he took off the last 3 rounds, and Oscar kept fighting. And in certain states, certain commissions are giving instructions to their judges to give the fight to the guy who's trying to fight, often whether he lands punches or not.
We saw Leonard Doreen get a controversial decision over Raul Balbi a couple of months ago because Balbi seemed to feel that he had won the fight and Doreen kept fighting.
Doreen kept fighting. Judges like to see a guy finish up strong in a fight. Regardless of if you won the fight or not, they really hate to see a fighter just take off and quit fighting at a certain point.
And one thing Payton has going for him here is that Marquez has hit him a lot, but clearly has not been able to discourage him.
Yeah, Marquez has hurt him sometimes this round, too.
Where's the bucket? Put the bucket.
No, that's all. You can't fight.
stop the fight as Robbie Peden throws up in his corner. You saw him vomit into the bucket, and you heard Roger Bloodworth say, "You can't fight like that."
Calls a halt to the bout. The official time, the end comes at round number 10. The by KO victory. He is Juan Manuel Marquez.